I'm Rex Rogosh, and let's queer up sports. Trump mocks women weightlifters during speech to manufacturing workers. President Donald Trump mocked both cisgender and transgender women while discussing transgender athletes during a speech to manufacturing workers at a Mack Trucks facility in Pennsylvania. Trump criticized transgender women competing in women's sports, calling the issue, quote, 99-1, end quote, politically. He also claimed First Lady Melania Trump had urged him not to perform his weightlifting routine.
I have a very elegant wife, and she says, darling, please, please, don't dance. It's not presidential. I said, but the people love it when I dance at the... And she said, please, please, the men and women's sports, please don't do the weightlifting thing. And don't do the swimming thing. You know, the weightlifter where he goes up and the record stood for years and years and years. And this young lady, she's trying out for the Olympics and she's going to do it. And the record stood for 19 years, and they put an eighth of an ounce on one side, an eighth of an ounce. They put a little eighth, like a feather on one side, a little bit just to break the record. But she said her parents are right there in the front and they're so proud. The father's not so proud because he knows she's not going to do it because she's a woman. It's a lot of weight. The mother, though, is screaming, darling, I love you, do it. And she gets over the weights and she stands there. And then she gets him and she gets him. And the mother's screaming, darling, I love you, darling. And the father's looking, saying she has no chance. And she's like this, you see it? Drops him. And she's like devastated for the rest of her life. And then a guy comes along who transitioned. That's the term. I've gotten very good at that term. I used to take a lot of heat for my definition of the movement over. But he transitioned. He was a poor, very poor, bottom of the line, male weightlifter. But now he's a female weightlifter. And he looked at the amount. I think it was like 210 pounds or something like that. But that's a lot for a woman, but not that much for a man. You could do it with one hand. And he goes, looks down at the weight. I think he did a few things for emphasis. And he won the medal. And everyone said, oh, isn't that wonderful? Are we crazy? Men should not be able to participate in women's sports.
The scenario Trump described does not reflect Olympic competition. No transgender woman has won an Olympic medal. New Zealand weightlifter Laurel Hubbard became the first openly transgender woman to compete at the Olympics in 2021, but did not complete a successful lift or win a medal. Beginning with the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics, transgender women will be barred from competing in women's Olympic events under a policy announced by the International Olympic Committee in March. One, what the hell was he talking about to workers? Like, we are in an era where we have recessions, we have people losing jobs, we have people who can't afford, and especially manufacturing, Mack Trucks. I mean, who's buying a big truck these days? Maybe that's what you should be talking about, and not out your ass about stuff that you don't understand or don't know. I mean, if you do some medical research, just a small smidge of medical research, when you transition, people do either, depending on when they transition, if they transition early, they don't gain the full body mass and muscle mass that you would if you were to stay male. So you do have the physique of a cisgendered female. When you transition later, you do lose 5 to 10% of your muscle mass. I also know some women that can outbench me right now at 190 pounds and 6'4". So this whole argument of, when a male transitions to a female that they're superior in some way is just false. But then again, we're talking about a man who probably failed science and biology and found a way to not cut open the frog because it was too gross.
Yeah, I have nothing.
Well said, Rex. And the deflection continues with the Donald. It's just, and then people follow it. I mean, he was way off. Why wasn't he talking about the key issues like you said? It blows your mind.
Okay. Well, that's all we're going to talk about him. So. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.